Hey guys, this is Craig from Walters Guitars, and today I'm building a rosette. I just wanted to show you a little jig I got here. And a lot of people think it's really hard, but it's really not. I'll explain the jig here. It's not much to it. All it is a 3/4 piece of MDF. And I came in with I measured down and came in with my compass. Drew out the 4-inch square hole for the sound hole, and then the thickness of ever how you want your rosette to be. In my case, I'm doing it 3/8 thick, an 1/8 inch around the sound hole. But what I'm doing here, I'm doing two at one time. Basically, what I do is I have a whole bunch of pieces of wood these are just chocks. Little pieces of wood like this that I cut in triangles. And what I do is get a piece of square wood, trying to hold the camera here and show you at the same time, and I run them down the sandpaper, running it along the side of this straight edge board, kind of like a little mini shooting board. And then I'll get them, and then I'll stick them in here, and I use my super glue, and I glue them together, and I go all the way around this circle, this 3/8 circle. So like I'll put a piece of binding in here, and I'll sandwich it up, and then I'll get my super glue, and I'll go in, and I'll super glue, hold it till it's dry, doesn't take long. Then I'll come in with another piece of wood. This is a little piece of snake wood binding I had. These are all scrap pieces of wood that I had from over the years. I don't throw nothing away. And when you're going around, you just want to make sure that you're filling in the area of where you want to cut your rosette out. In this case, I'm using a Stumac little circle cutting jig, a router jig that Stumac sells. You should Google it and you'll see exactly which one I'm talking about. It's nothing to it. You draw a 3/8, I'm not a 3/8, a 3/16 indexing pin right here, and then the jig goes in with a little baby router bit and cuts it out. So anyway, this jig consists of all it is paper. I lay my paper out first, draw my circles. I use my spray adhesive to glue the paper down, and then draw my circle out like this. This is the sound hole in here, and then this is the thickness of the rosette. So then after that, I'll get my wax paper, and get a good, decent kind of wax paper. Don't get the kind from the dollar store. Get some, because it's more waxy. And then spray adhesive the wax paper down to the MDF. I used to use corkboard, but it got a little bit too wavy. It's not needed, really. So basically, when this is all done, I'll get a spatula and very carefully lift this. I'll cut the circle out first, and then get a spatula and very carefully lift it out. Like I said, it's not as hard as it looks. You just keep going around, adding little baby pieces, and making sure the whole time that everything is trued up and square before you join the pieces together. Get your break yourself off a little piece of purfling. You can use anything you want. It doesn't have to be technical. Sorry about the camera shake. I don't really have a tripod yet. I'm just wanted to show you guys this jig real quick. You see, and then you come in, and then, like I said, with your super glue and work yourself around. And when you route this down, it's glued to the wax paper, so you don't really have to worry. You still have to be careful, but you don't really have to see it's on there. You don't really have to worry about lifting it up. You know about it lifting up. And then before you cut the circle down, what you want to do is get a sanding block, like a little mini piece of MDF with 80 grit sandpaper, and sand all this down flat and flush. See, if you notice, a lot of these aren't flush. And that's going to affect you when you got your circle cutting jig on there. So make sure that they're all nice and sanded down flush. And that's it. I just wanted to show you that little quick tip of how to make a piece together rosette. This little elaborate jig I have, nothing much to it. And here's my 100 grit sandpaper that I use to true it up. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.